only worked if you had one base on each side. So we still have to do that and combine so we only have one thing on each side to start with. So what am I going to do on the left? Yeah, if you're multiplying those e's, you add the exponents. And when you do that, the base doesn't change. So it's still e to a power. So this becomes e, 2x plus 1 plus negative 4x would be a negative 2x plus 1 equals 3. Is there any hope of getting a common base between an e and a 3? No. So we add a log. My suggestion, if you have an e, add the natural log, that ln, into your problem. You're not going to be wrong if you do the other, but this is just going to be nicer. We know properties of logs, that exponent drops down in front. And the nice thing is, natural log is log base e, and we've already talked about a property. Anytime the base and the argument are the same, those logs drop entirely. So you can just cancel that, bless you, natural log of e in your problem. Again, if you didn't catch that, that's fine if you leave the natural log of e, or if you did the other log and put it in your calculator, you'll get to the same answer. This just makes it a little bit nicer. So then we can subtract our 1. And divide by negative 2. When we do the homework off this, we're going to do one Math Excel assignment, and it will ask for two things. It's going to ask for the exact answer, which is this, and then it'll ask for the decimal approximation. So to get the approximation, when I plug this in, you do need to make sure and put parentheses around the entire numerator as well as the argument on your log. And this time I'm using that ln button. So here's my exact answer, and there is my decimal approximation when I put it in my calculator. Questions on that? Along these lines, what if I gave you this problem? Can you multiply that 3 and 10? Think order of operations. Parentheses, exponents come before multiplying. So I can't multiply here. What should I do with my 3 instead? Divide by 3. So that gives me 10 to the x equals 7. And then we talked about adding our log. You can add either one. The only time I typically use the ln is when it's an e, because the natural log of e cancels. So if I just add my regular log, exponent comes down. There are two options here. You could divide by log of 10. But if there's not a base written on your log, what is the base? So this is like log base 10 of 10, which is 1, it cancels. So a couple ways. If you didn't catch that, you could do log of 7 over log of 10. Or if you realize log base 10 of 10 cancels, so it's really just log of 7. So few shortcuts to watch for. If you don't catch them, you'll get it when you plug it in the calculator, but it can save you some time. So that's the exact answer, log of 7, and the approximation is 0.8451. Let's do this one. What would my strategy be?
Subtract over the 1, and also we can multiply 5 times.
Well, the 2 has an exponent, so we can't multiply them. So what should I do with it? 5. Divide by 5. 6/5, you could leave it as a fraction, or that's 1.2. Then what do I do? Okay, with this, exponents down to the front. Okay, we have a couple options for where to go from here. We're trying to solve for x. So we need to either distribute that log 2 or divide it over. Which one do you want to do? Divide it? So we have 3x minus 2 equals log of 1.2 over log 2. Then what should we do? And then divide by 3. So we get log of 1.2 over log of 2 plus 2 all divided by 3. The thing about these log problems, there are different ways of solving these, so your answer may look different at the end when you have this fraction, but you'll get the same decimal. When you go to plug this one in, remember every time you push a log button, it opens a parentheses, so you have to close it. You also have more than one term on the top, so you need parentheses around all of that. And we get 0.7543. Any questions for me here? Do we need more examples? Got it? Let's try, there's a Math Excel assignment. I want you guys to try that. We've got like 16, 17 minutes of class. So let's see how far we can get with that and what questions come up. One thing I want